Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Right. We were talking about the repetition control structure. Today we are going to do some examples with repetition control structure. Turn to your page number 35. There's example, right? That is showing first multiple of 12 of any input number. This is the question, right? So let's say uh, someone is going to input, let's say number 5, right? This is the input number. This is the input number. Now we are going to show first multiple of 12, right? That means 1 into 5, 2 into 5, 3 into 5 likewise, 12 into 5, right? Now we are going to display this result 5, 10, 15 like that, right? Finally, 6. So we don't know what is this number. We have to get the number as an input from the user. User can make an input tag with it. We are going to calculate first 12 multiplied of this given input number. Let's see how we are going to do this one. First in using a flowchart, right? Right. So you write down that question, right? So this is how we draw the flowchart. Start, right? Then what we should have? We need the number in it. Get the number. So we should have the input number. Therefore, to get the number, this is the input, right? Therefore, we use this symbol, get the number. This number is getting from the user, right? Then with that number, we are going to do the calculation part. So we start from 1 and then from 12. So 1 into input number, 2 into input number, and finally 12 into input number. So we should have some kind of repetition. So from 1 to 12, we have to do something repeating, right? Right. Then I use a variable, right, to put the frequency. Frequency means we have to go 1 to 12, right? Therefore, I create a variable. I name it as frequency. I use frequency for to hold the number of times, right? That is the frequency. Initially, I initialize that frequency to 1 because we have to start from 1 Then we have to go to up to 12, right? Here I put frequency equal 1. Now I have created this frequency variable. Initial value is now 1, right? Then what we need to do, right? Then what we need to do? Now we have to check the condition. So whether frequency reach to 12, until that we have to do something repeated, right? So therefore we have to check the condition, right? What is the condition? Here is our condition, right? Is I put frequency as f because I don't have much space here. This is f frequency less than or equal to 12, right? This is frequency, yeah? F is frequency. We have to check this condition, right? If this is true, right, we have to do something. If f is less than or equal to 12, we have to do something. If f is greater than 12, what we are going to do? F කියන frequency 12ට වටිනවා. මොකද 12 වෙනකම් විතරයි අපි check කරන්නේ මේක. Right? If it is greater than 12 means this condition is false. Right? If it is no means we have to end our program. We are not going to do anything if this is greater than 12. Right? But if it is less than 12, we are going to do something. If it is yes, what we are going to do? We are going to display something, right? Before that, I want to do something. What? I want to calculate the multiplication, right? Multiplication. I name it as M, right? M. I'm going to find M. Multiplication. How we find? Right? I multiply input number by what? Frequency. Right? I multiply input number by frequency. Initial frequency is 1. Then we should be 1. Right? Then what we need to do? Then I need to what? Display the multiplication. This is a display multiplication means this is a kind of output. Display something, right? So if you get the number as 5 initially, right? Then frequency is 1 in first step. I'll check this condition. If E is greater than or equal to 12, my F is now 1 greater than or equal to 12. That means this is true. Yes. Right. Then I calculate M. M is input number 5 multiplied by frequency. My frequency is now 1. Initially, M is 5. Right. This will display. That is the first step. Now, I want to increase the one, and we have to add one to this one, because we are going to find 1 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. After 12, we have to do this one. Therefore, I want to increase this frequency by 1. Right? Therefore, this is process frequency f equal f plus 1. Right? I increase this frequency by 1. Then what we do? Right? Again, I go to this place. Right? I increase frequency by 1. And again, I go to this place and check this condition whether f is less than or equal to 12. If it is yes, we go to this place and we multiply and display the value of m. Again, we increase frequency by 1. Likewise, we do these steps repeatedly, right? Repeatedly until it becomes 12. After it becomes 13 only, we go to this place and in the program. Until it becomes 12, we do the same thing, right? We'll do with some example here, right? Right. Let's see how it works. Right? In first case, I did it by frequency is 1 less than or equal to 12. Therefore, we multiply this number, right? Input number by 1. Therefore, m is 5. We display this is the first step, right? First step. Then we increase f by 1, frequency by 1 here. Now frequency is 2. Again come to this place. Now frequency is f is 2. F is 2. Less than or equal to 12, yes. Then come here and we calculate m. M is equal number. Input number is 5 multiplied by my frequency is now 2. Right? Then I display the value of m. My m is now 10. Right? M is now 10. This is my second step. Again, I go this place and increase frequency by 1. That means frequency becomes 3 now. This becomes 3. Now we check the condition. If it is less than or equal to 12, right? Yes. Come to this place. Then calculate the multiplication. My number is 5. That is input number. Multiply by frequency. Frequency is now 3. Right? Then display the value of multiplication. This is 50. Right? This is my third step. Right? Likewise, let's say I'll f becomes 12, right? F becomes 12, right? Then this place, this become 12, right? Less than or equal to 12? Yes, it is equal to 12. Then come to this place and calculate the multiplication. My input number is 5. Now frequency is 12, right? Then I display M. M is now 60. This is my 12 step. I skip some steps, right? Finally, I came to 12, right? Let's say if this becomes right, when f becomes 12, 30 after 12, right? Display the value of m. Then again, increase frequency by 1. That means 12 plus 1 is 13, right? 13, 13. We check this condition again. We go to this place. Check this condition. Now f is 13, less than or equal to 12, right? This is wrong. Or condition is not true. We cannot go here and we end the program when it becomes 30, right? When it becomes 30, we stop the program. That is how it works. We get the multiplication of first 12 for the given input number. Right? This is our example. Right. Any questions? So please flowchart. Make a තේරුණාද?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Only?
Yes, sir.
Right. So it is important to understand this, right? Get the number. This is a user input, and we set the initial frequency to 1 because we are starting from 1 and go up to 12. Starting from 1, go up to 12, right? Then we check the condition. If the condition, if the frequency is less than or equal to 12, we do this one repeatedly. We calculate the multiplication. M is multiplication. How we find it? Input number multiplied by frequency. This is a process. After that, we display that value. Display this multiplication. M is multiplication, right? Then we have to go to another number. That means we need to increase frequency by 1. Therefore, here how we increase the frequency by 1. F equal F plus 1. Or frequency equal frequency plus 1. අපි variable එක value එකක් වැඩි කරනකොට මේ විදිහට තමයි වැඩි කරන්නේ. Right? Initial frequency අපි හිතමු දෙවෙනි එක කියලා. If we write in this way, f is equal to f plus 1 when f is equal to 1 initially, right? Then we add 1, then this will becomes 2, right? Likewise, this frequency variable will increase in this place. Otherwise, we cannot go to the next value. Therefore, we use this statement. This is a process. After that, we check this condition, right? This becomes false when f becomes 30. If 13 වුණාම තමයි මේක false වෙන්නේ, then we end the program, right? Okay. Write the question and draw the flowchart. If there are any questions, you can ask. Any point that you can understand, you cannot understand, you can ask. In your book, this is it name it as a number of times. It doesn't matter. You can use your own word, right? That is the name of the variable. You can put number of times or as frequency. Draw the flowchart carefully and while you are drawing, try to understand again. This is not complex. It's easy. You are not supposed to draw the flowchart in exam. Sometimes they will give a flowchart and you have to fill the blanks. To fill the blanks, you have to have an idea. Tell me when you finish. Huh? Done? Okay.
Done, sir.
Right. Now with this flowchart, how we identify this? There is a repetition. So there is a flow from bottom to top. Right. Therefore, these steps are repeating until this condition is satisfied. Right. Okay. Now we are going to do this one in Scratch. How we are going to do this one? If you have Scratch, try this one with me. Right. Start. Now I am going to create a variable to put my frequency. Right. Therefore, I create a variable as frequency. Right. Frequency. I'm following the flow chart. Then next step, I'm going to set the frequency as 1. Therefore, I use this block. Set frequency to 1. This is our next step. Right. Then I am going to get an input from the user. Therefore, so what we should use from the sensing, I ask the question, right? So input the number, or you can use your own words here. Input the number, right? Input the number, right? So to hold that number, I should create a variable. I should create a variable. I will create again a variable as, let's say, number. I use I my own words here. I have created variable as number. Now I want to put that user input or the answer to that number variable, right? So therefore, here I set, right, the answer to my number variable. From the sensing, I drag this answer. So it will automatically put that answer to number variable. I am asking to input the number, then user will input a number. After that, I will put that number into my number variable. This is that step, right? Now, there is now a condition and there is a repetition, right? So we know that So after that, we have to do something repeatedly until some condition is satisfied. So we know that we have to do these steps until it becomes 12. We have to do this 12 times, right? So now we know that number of times. We have to do that one in 12 times. Therefore, we know that number of times. Therefore, so there is a repetition, right? So in repetition, we can use three kind of blocks: repeat, forever, and repeat until. Here, we can use repeat here because we know exactly number of times repeat, right? So I mean number of times. We have to go up to 12 number of times. Therefore, we use this repeat block. We know the number of times exactly, right? In that, what we should do? In that, then I want to multiply, right? I want to multiply. So initially frequency is 1, right? I want to multiply frequency by number, right? Frequency by number. So I want to hold that multiplication in separate variable. Therefore, I create another variable as multiply, right? Okay. I want to set the multiplication of frequency as number 2. This multiply variable, therefore, I use this set. Here I'll select created variable multiply. What I should put in this multiply variable? The multiplication of frequency and number. So therefore, from the operators, I can use the multiplication here and drag this place. Now, what should I put in these two places? Can you tell me? I'm going to multiply frequency and number, right? So directly I can use these variables. Frequency here and number here, right? So the importance of this variable is we can access the values inside the variable directly. Therefore, I can use these variable names, right? So from this point, we can get the multiplication of this frequency as a number, and I'll put into this multiply variable, right? Then, according to the flowchart, what should I do? I can display the multiplication. Put it here, display the multiplication. Therefore, I can use the multiply variable here. The value is in multiply variable. Therefore, I drag this one. You can increase the number of seconds, right? That part is okay. Then, according to the flowchart, what should I do? This is the multiplication part. Then, I want to increase frequency by 1. Increase frequency by 1, right? So, I can use this change block, right? Frequency is selected, right? Change by 1 means it will increase by 1. So, from this change block, it will increase the frequency by 1, right? So, in this block, therefore, it will repeating until 12 times, 12 times, right? Then after it becomes 13, this program will end, right? Now I'm going to run this program, right? Here you can see input the number, then there is a place to input my number, right? So let's say, according to my example, I'll input number 5 and press enter. So see what will happen. This will display the multiplications of 1 to 12 of the input number 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, right? So that is our output. That is our output. So you can change this number of times to 5, right? Number of times to 5. And you can test, input the number. Let's say 10. I will input 10. Right? After 50, it will stop because it will repeat only 5 times. So while this is running, you can see the change in this variable values, right? Again, I will run this one. Input number, the frequency is initially 1, right? And I'll put 20, right? This number becomes 20, right? Then you can see multiplication will change and frequency will change while the program is running. That means new values are updating, right? Got it? Can you do this one?
Yes, sir.
Right. Do this one and let me know if there are some problems. Huh? Then I will do this one using repeat until block as well. This is a repeat now. I will use repeat until block as well. මොනවාරි ප්‍රශ්න ආවොත් මට කියන්න. Okay, done. Right, good. Only has completed Sandeepa. Right. Sandeep Manaj Prashadinad.
No, sir.
Right. Now I'm going to do this one using repeat until. Right. So in repeat until, I can use the condition. Right. So from the control, we can use repeat until. Right. Repeat until. So I can use the same block of code here. Right. This is the one we are going to repeat again and again. Right. So what condition should I put here? Repeat until what? Until some condition is true. So we have to do this one. Until what? Until, until, until frequency greater than what? According to our question, frequency greater than 12. Until frequency greater than 12 means, right? So if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 12, it will repeating until this becomes, until frequency becomes or greater than 12, right? Until frequency greater than 12, this block of code is running again and again. So let's see. Input number 5. Right? Got it? How this becomes a frequency greater than 12? Can change this to 5 and run. Input number 10. right? See, final frequency value is 6, right? That means frequency greater than 5, then this will be not repeating. That means until frequency greater than 5, this is repeating. When frequency greater than 5, this will not be repeating, right? That is the idea of this program. Right, okay. Then we are moving to next example. Displaying random numbers from 1 to 100, right? In infinite number of times. That means display random numbers from 1 to 100. So this number should be greater than 0. Ne? Definitely, this should be greater than 0, right? Then generate a number 1 to 100. That means this will generate random numbers. It can be 2, it can be 50, it can be 100, can be 99. Likewise, it will generate a random number, right? Then we are going to display that number. We are going to display that number, right? And we are going to check whether is number greater than 0, right? Is number greater than 0? Yes. Then again, generate, else in the program, right? Display numbers 1 to 100 infinitely. So then, if this is a number is greater than 0, it will display a random number infinitely, which is between 1 and 100, right? Which is between 1 and 100. Infinitely, it will generate a random numbers. So we are going to do this one in Scratch as well. Uh, can you take this down, the question and flow chart? Then I will explain how to do it in Scratch. Right? This is a kind of optional part. We can directly join this display to this place as well, right? Without this condition, because this is repeated infinite. Make up here. එකේ සිට 100 දක්වා numbers මෙයා display කරනවා infinitely. දෙක වෙන්න පුළුවන්, තුන වෙන්න පුළුවන්, පහ වෙන්න පුළුවන්, 99 වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ විදිහට automatically random numbers මෙයා generate කරනවා. Right? Generate කරලා display කරනවා. So this is a repetition. Therefore, this is a repetition. How we do this one in Scratch? Definitely, we have to use the forever block. So it says it should repeat infinitely, right? Then we have to display that number. Then to hold that number, we should create a variable. Let's say I'll create it as x, right? Then set to x variable. What should I set here? So I want to generate numbers from 1 to 100, right? So we have to uh, generate a number randomly, right? So we can use from the operators pick random 1 to 100 here, right? Pick random number and I'm going to display that number. From the looks, I'm going to say, I'm going to display that number. So then directly I can use this variable x because the value is in variable x, right? And you can, if you want, you can use some uh, time to you need some time to see that number. Therefore, I will wait for 3 seconds, let's say, right? Then run this program. Here you can see this will randomly display numbers. This go infinitely until I forcefully stop this program. Therefore, this because this program is going to repeat forever. So it picking up random number in between 1 to 100 and display it. See here, the value of x variable is changing. That means the random number is updating time to time. Right? Do this one and see your result, whether it is working. Understanding these codes are very important. So you should know that what is happening inside these codes. Okay, clear? Right. Right, good. Now I think you can understand the repetition and how it works. Then you have some practicals in page number 36, right? Creating multicolored circle, right? Uh, Try that one. This is also a kind of repetition, right? This will repeating again and again, and it will change in the colors of the circle. So you can use pen down and pen tool and move your uh, pen, right? So therefore, you can try out this example four in your book, right? An example programming with nested repetition also. Nested repetition means there is a repetition inside the repetition. That means repetition repeat එකක් ඇතුලේ තව repeat එකක් තියෙනවා. අපි ඒකට කියනවා nested repetition කියලා. Repeat එකක් ඇතුලේ තව repeat එකක් තියෙනවා. Nested repetition. You can try out this example one of page number 37, right? That is also kind of a design you can draw using your pen tool, right? So from the scratch, you can do that one also. Then you can understand the repetition, how it works.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in my scratch, there is no any there is no any code which is named as clear and also pen down and change pen color. Those codes they are not available in my scratch.
Right. Here you can, I'll show you how to add this one, right? In the scratch, in the left bottom, right? So there is a tool. Then from here, you can select this pen tool, right? Then it will appear in your code blocks, right? So likewise, you can add your kind of music tools, right? Then it will appear in your code blocks. Then after that, you can select pen or select some music. See whether it is there only.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. See, my scratch is still working, right? What is the reason? This is running forever. It will not stop until I forcefully stop this one, right? Right.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Sonali.
Sir, again, clear is not there. All the other stuff are there. Clear is not there.
Sorry?
The icon clear is not there in my sketch again. All the other icons are there now.
Uh-huh. Clear is not there, Bala. Instead that you can use erase all option, Sonali. Erase
Okay. Thank you.
instead of clear. The same thing will happen. No? Erase all.
Thank you, sir.
And you can remember we did last year snake and ladder program. So there we draw a flow chart. Here also there is a repetition kind of thing. So let's draw this flow chart and by this next week I will explain it in Scratch, right? So first we are going to draw the flow chart to that one, right? So I suppose you know about this snake and ladder game, right? Start. Put the dice, right? And get the value. Right. Then take the counter equal to value, right? So drop the dice and get the value. That means if we get the value as 3, then you move the counter to 3 number of steps forward, right? That is this one. Take the counter equal to the value, right? Then we have to check, right? If it reach bottom of ladder. You have to check whether the counter came to bottom of the ladder, right? What we should do if it becomes the bottom of ladder, so we have to move the counter to the top of the square. Okay. When it reach to the bottom of the ladder, then we move that counter to the top of the ladder, right? If it is no, then there is another condition. We have to check whether it becomes to head of the snake, right? You have to check whether came to head of snake. If it reach to head of snake, right? We have to move the or take the counter the tail of snake. නායාගේ head එකට ආවනම් එයාව අපි ගෙනියනවා ඒ count එක එයාගේ tail එකට. ladder එකේ උඩට ladder එකේ bottom එකට ආවනම් අපි එයාව ගෙනියනවා ladder එකේ උඩ එකට, right? Then what we should do, then we have to take, if it is become to the bottom of the ladder, then do this one. Else, if it becomes head of the snake, do this one. Else, we have to check another thing, right? What is that? Is counter equal to 36? That means the final uh, square in the game, right? That paper, there is a final square 36. After 36, so the game is not continuing. But until it becomes 36, these steps should be repeating, right? So therefore, from this point, it is not if it is not 36, that is not the final block, then again we are going to toss the dice, right? If it is 36, we are going to end the program, right? So from here, we follow this place. If this becomes bottom of the ladder, yes, then take the count to the top of the ladder. Again, this becomes to this place and check whether the counter is equal to 36. If it is no, again toss the dice, right? Likewise, repeating these steps again and again. මේක මේ snake and ladder මේ game එකට අපි අඳින flow chart එක, right? So we did uh, this flow chart last year without this repetition. We did this flow chart only for one step, right? So here we are going to do this flow chart for all steps. That means until it becomes 36. So therefore we had this repetition part, right? Last year we did not draw this repetition part. You can remember, right? Here there is a repetition. Repeating these steps again and again until it becomes 36. Right? Finally, draw this flow chart, and next week we'll discuss the scratch of this flow chart. I think you can see this. Right? Toss the dice and get the value. Right? Take the counter equal to the value. Right? If you get the value as 3, then move the counter. Counter means අර ඉත්ත වගේ එක්කෙනාව ගෙනියනවා ඉස්සරහට steps 3ක්. Then you have to check whether it reached to bottom of the ladder. මෙන්න මේ count එක ladder එකේ bottom එකට ආව නම් අපි bottom එකේ ඉඳලා එයා ගෙනියන්න ඕනේ ladder එකේ top එකට. ඒක තමයි rule එක stake and ladder program එකේ game එකේ, right? If it is yes, then take the counter to the top of the ladder, right? That is one part. If it is no, then we have to check whether it becomes the head of the snake. Snake it, head take it out. If it is yes, then take the counter to the tail of the snake. We move that counter to the tail of the snake. Snake yaki tail eකට ගෙනියනවා count, right? Then if it is no, we have to check again, right? Whether the counter came to 36 box. That means the final box. If not, we have to repeat these steps again and again. We have to repeat. If it is yes, it becomes 36, we have to stop the program. After 36, there are no any other boxes or squares to move, right? Therefore, we stop the program here. That is our flow chart for this game. Right, good. Only has done both practicals, right? Very good. Right. Okay, students. This flow chart is also in your book, right? Then understand this one and draw this flow chart in your book, right? So I think you have an idea about this game, Snake and Ladder. We discussed those things last year as well, right? So we have drawn this flow chart according to the game, right? Then we are going to map this flow chart into Scratch. We are doing it next week. Right. Is there any questions, students, up to this point?
No, sir.
Right. Sandeepa? Sandeepa, are you okay? Right, good. හරි. එහෙනම් අපි ඊළඟ වීක් එකේ හම්බ වෙමු. මේකේ ස්ක්‍රැච් එකත් එක්ක we'll discuss the rest of the things by next week, and we will doing arrays as well. So how to use arrays in Scratch, right? And what is an array? Those kind of things we will be discussing next week. Okay, students. After drawing this flow chart, you can look out. Else, you can go it from your book, right? Right. Okay. We'll stop at this point now.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Have a
Bye
good day.
bye. Okay.